You wanted to know Mel better.
Bro.
Live BuzzFeed.
Is this video?
We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event?
Run that thing, bro. You mad?
Oh man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah?
Disclaimer.
Run that thing back. Nah, man, stay there in your corner, man. Run that thing back, fam. I don't want to hear nothing from you. We are live. Guys, I'm Joe, 1/3 of the Cyber Nerds.
I'm moving to GS. I'm Sam, Mr. Blitztech.
What just happened there? Did he get you? Guys, welcome to another Patreon members reaction. Today we have Penny Dreadful series trailer. And this already looks like a madness. Like,
Because it's 5 minutes long.
Oh, shoot.
I didn't even look at the time. But when I looked at the thumbnail, it looked like a
Skull.
rabbit
Yes.
skull. But then
someone
looking into it,
crouching.
it's
Yeah. It's mad.
there's levels to that, fam. And the name, Penny Dreadful.
It's not a good look.
Someone's trying to plug us into a watch along. That's
Bruv.
what I can feel already.
Bruv.
I can feel it already.
Bruv. Sam.
Do you believe that you can lose yourself to something dark? I believe in curses.
Hey.
I believe in demons. I believe in monsters. Do you?
There is only one worthy goal. Piercing the tissue that separates life from death.
There's a reason we're still reading Frankenstein 200 years later. Why Dorian Gray provokes our thoughts. And Dracula still frightens us. Within all of us, we have secrets, we have demons. We are all monsters. 1891 London was rife with sin, was rife with psychological exploration.
What's going on? I believe we're about to commune with the spirits.
Jack the Ripper.
At the end of the 1880s, you have a real flowering of the culture of the monstrous. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde arise, Dorian Gray, and Dracula.
There was something in the air in 1891. The world was changing.
The British Empire's at its height, driven by power and wealth and coal.
Science was progressing at such an alarming rate.
There was a sense of decadence, a sense that something might be coming to an end.
They were on the cusp of the modern world, with both the promise and the horror of what might be coming. These writers were able to transmutate that anxiety that Londoners felt about science, evolution, into stories about mystery and suspense and anxiety.
No more let life divide, what death can join together.
I thought, wouldn't it be fascinating if I took the inspiration from Bram Stoker and Mary Shelley and of Oscar Wilde and started mixing, melding these stories into one sort of new narrative.
We all do things which cause us shame. Sins we have committed. We hope they'll go away.
All those stories are somewhat thematically linked in terms of alienation, in terms of the need for love.
Which of us does not have our secrets, Miss Iris?
The danger with dealing with classic characters is that they've lost their ability to frighten. What we're trying to do is bring them back to their original state, if you will, when they were truly provocative and frightening. And I think Penny Dreadful embraces that.
Perhaps we are all more shadow than light.
My original impression of Penny Dreadful was excitement, really, because it felt like finally an attempt to take seriously many of the great figures from horror fiction over the last 200 years.
Dr. Frankenstein is probably the closest to his literary ancestor.
He's some sort of punk doctor, driven with this maniacal sense of control.
It would appear you have an Egyptian man of no particular age who at some point decided to sharpen his teeth, cover himself in hieroglyphics. Or you have something else altogether.
I knew I wanted to bring in elements of Dracula without dealing with Dracula himself. Our version of Dorian Gray is somewhat different than Oscar Wilde's. We wanted to explore eternity and its essential sadness. He fears human connection because of his unique state until he meets
Vanessa Ives. Vanessa is a spiritualist. She seems very smooth on the surface, but she has all this fire underneath. Look into my eyes.
Vanessa Ives is our journey into the story.
She represents the heart of Penny Dreadful and the duality between good and evil.
There are things within us all that can never be unleashed.
There is more to Vanessa than meets the eye. Some kind of power beyond the natural. Sir Malcolm is an African explorer in search of his daughter.
Ethan is an American sharpshooter.
I have such sins at my back that it would kill me to turn around. They've all got demons, and there's a demon in him, too.
We have continued use of a man of your skills.
the characters all have things within them that are not accepted, but they're usually the very things that empower them.
We all do things to survive. Do not be amazed at anything you see, and don't hesitate. Where is your master?
Right behind you.
Whoa. Is that meant to be Dracula?
Series premiere. So what? This hasn't started yet?
I'm not entirely sure. I didn't see the date.
I didn't see no date on that.
Boy, I'm just gonna fact check this real quick, innit? You get me, like, just so.
It really reminded me of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I see where you get that vibe from. I see, but I do feel like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was a bit more comical, innit?
Yeah, superhero-ish.
Yeah.
Well, this is more like ground. I mean, the whole. I just wanted to know. Like they go into the characters, but why are they coming together for what purpose, and what's this world about? Who's what? Like, what are we going against? Where's the struggle?
I got some information. 3 seasons are out. Started in 2014, so maybe it's finished now. So this might be like the whole show's thing, yeah, like. But yeah, it's on Showtime and Sky. The thing is, it seems very interesting hearing them talk about it, but I don't feel like I'm like they got me. Like I'm in like, I want to check this out. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
I'm not. Maybe if it was more like a trailer kind of thing instead of a breakdown, then I'd be like, okay.
Because in a breakdown, I feel like they're trying to sell, man.
Yeah.
Too much, and it's like
5 minutes.
I don't need to be sold. Show me a trailer. Show me Dracula and all of that other stuff in there.
They could have spiced it up between the people telling it, like just have one person telling it, which was the main guy at the beginning, and then you can go back and forth, or kind of have that person like being the like narrating the thing, but whole 5 minutes, it's a struggle there, brother. Trying to sell science, bruv. What did they say? Was it 20-second sales pitch?
Elevated pitch, bro.
5 minutes, and no one in that elevator 5 minutes, bro.
In the words of Simon Cowell, said L from me, bro.
Yeah.
So, well, you're giving it L as well, Sam? Or are you in?
I don't know, like, the cast for me was actually pretty good.
I'm judging the trailer, bro.
Yeah, that's what they gave me, the cast.
Alright.
They gave me Sam Mendes. Isn't the guy that did 1917?
Huh?
Is he the guy that did 1917?
I don't know if he did 1917, but he's done some. I can't. There's a very big movie he's done, but I just can't remember what it is, bruv. He's a good director,
That's what I mean. There's that, and then, like, even what Raven's saying, like, all these guys usually they're like, even they were saying they usually have their own past when it comes to that kind of universe. Why are they all coming together? Is it just Dracula? Because even then I'm like, but I do want to find out why though.
See, the thing is, I like the concept and the aspect of having all of these these villains, these horror villains, monsters, whatever, in the same universe, even in the same ends. Because obviously they explain how London, all this stuff was at a scientific place, so people experimented more. So I get that. So I can imagine that, you experimented on some person and then they bit someone and they had a craving for blood, and then how you try to make a person from a dead person and all of that. I get all of that. I think that is a gangster concept. But from the trailer, like this 5-minute thing, it just didn't draw man in. Even with the cast, even with a good concept, even with some decent visuals and some different horror elements, all of that, after watching that, I'm like, no. Like, this wouldn't make me watch the show. And I'm to Raven's point, hey, if they threw up a 90-second trailer and it was like, London, Dracula, werewolves, I might be more invested. And spinning that in with Jack the Ripper and all them man there, I might have been more invested, bro.
Like villain versus villains, like why are they going against each other? Because they only mentioned a few guys, and then I saw in the paper Jack is back, and there was one Jack that was in London at that time.
There's only one Jack. There was only one person called Jack in the whole of London.
Yeah, it's mad.
At that one time.
That's why they don't want to name the people Jack, but
that's mad.
It's crazy though. It's crazy.
It's mad.
Well, that is the first L of the week. But
this, I told you in the last one, don't gas them, bro. I told you, don't gas them.
It is what it is. But nevertheless, it was good. It just didn't sell the thing for us, innit? So we appreciate it regardless, and we're now aware of this series. Now you never know. Maybe if we come across it, we see a thumbnail or something, and we tap into it. We watch. If we end up watching it, it's because of you. So we do appreciate that. But look, guys, we'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Make sure you keep sending through your requests. Other than that, I'm Raven your GS.
Sam, Mr. Bitstick.
Joe, one further to Cyber Nerds.